back once more to BSG Online 7. We're here with Xoneris playing F.I.S.T, forged in Shadow Torch, any percent. Take it away.
Yo! What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Xoneris, that's me, hi. And yeah, I have the pleasure to showing you, well, my newest speed game, which is F.I.S.T, forged in Shadow Torch. A game with a complicated name, but yeah, I didn't make the name, so whatever. So yeah, let's jump into it. Run starts right about now. So 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is the latest game that I learned. I showcased this run for the first time at ESA like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, this is F.I.S.T, forged in Shadow Torch. This is a Metroidvania game with anthropomorphic animals, as you can see right now. Our main character is a rabbit called Rayton. And one of our good friends is Urso, the bear. And Chuan, the red fox, or the red panda here, I guess. So Chuan is not really important to the story, but he's cool. And yeah, so the game starts out with Urso, our bear friend, being abducted to a place called the Torch Tower. And that's where we begin the run, or the game. We're trying to rescue our good friend. And yeah, as you can see, what's very cool about this game is that you instantly start the game with the dash ability. In most Metroidvania games, you get the dash somewhere during the game and not directly at the start, so that is already really appreciated. You get the dash right at the start, very cool, thanks to developers. And yeah, you see this pod here. This is where we get all of our abilities and our upgrades.
Transformers.
And here we gonna get our first one, which is going to be the double jump. The wall jump. Almost the same. A good old wall jump. Nothing too special. Should be very self-explanatory. You can jump on walls. Clever. And yes, so you may have noticed on the back of Rayton is a huge fist. Hence the namesake of the game. This huge fist on his back originally belonged to some sort of mech armor, but unfortunately the entire armor is not usable at the moment, or is destroyed, or something whatever, and you only get to use the fist as part of an extension of your body.
Torch Tower can't be far away now.
And yeah, currently, like I mentioned, we're trying to get to the Torch Tower to help our friend Urso. Here we meet Mappo. He is a cartographer. He likes maps. Haha, clever name. Get it? Mappo. Haha. We will never see him again during this entire run. He's a cool character though. And yeah, so we're almost here. This is the Torch Tower. Obviously, because the Torch Tower belongs to the bad guys, we can't just walk in front gate. We have to go this way, the lower way. And in just a little bit over here, we realize something. Oh shit! We actually cannot cross over here because we're missing a transformer drill. So that's very unlucky. So yeah, next goal is to get our hands on a transformer drill somehow, somewhere, sometime. Now, the problem is we don't know where we can get our rabbity hands on a transformer drill. So we help this guy, Wang.
Where? That's right.
So he tells us where we can find a transformer drill. He tells us a guy called Master Wu can help us, and he also gives us some carrot juice. Friendly reminder, stay hydrated. In the best case with water and not with cola, but that is beside the point. So anyway, he tells us Master Wu. He knows where we can find a transformer drill, so let's visit him. On the way there, we obviously get ambushed by some of the bad guys. So this is probably a good moment to explain a little bit of the combat. So you have normal attacks and heavy attacks. They also work while mid-air. We're also playing on easy difficulty here. And the easiest way to get rid of most enemies is a strong mid-air attack. Most enemies die by that. There are some stronger enemies who take 1 or 2 hits. And there you need to do some different combat tactics. Ugh, the coke. Maybe we should have not taken a zip from that. So, yeah, anyway. Master Wu is coming up. And you can guess maybe what animal Master Wu will be.
Master Wu.
Master Wu is a raccoon.
They got Urso.
So, and yeah, we kindly ask Mr. Master, where we can get our hands on a transformer drill. And he's like, son, you are currently not strong enough to wield a transformer drill. You need to learn this special technique I'm teaching you right here. The power punch or something. I forgot the name. It looks kind of lame when he does it.
Yes. Master Wu.
But it's a lot better when I do it.
The power punch.
Right.
Yeah, the power punch. So yeah, and basically I can now charge up my punch attack. And with that I can open these like special doors right here. There will be a few of those. You can also see right now that my fist is like steaming a little bit. That's like the visual indicator that you currently have a power punch loaded up. It's also useful to break some of these walls right here. Like ka-chonk. Like that. And coming up very shortly is our next upgrade. Because, you know, we're playing a Metroidvania. So we're gonna need some upgrades. And we got one of the... We're gonna get one of the staples in most Metroidvania games out there. It's gonna be the good old double jump. Good old double jump. I mean, I don't think much explanation is needed right here. It's a double jump. So here's the first quote-unquote boss fight. He's more of a tutorial boss than anything else, but still works. So for him it's kind of the same. The most DPS is generally the mid-air strong attack. You're trying to not get hit by his attacks. And there you go. First boss down. Easy peasy.
This pharaoh was tough.
And we're also obtained a data disk from this boss. Master Wu basically told us before we can get our hands on a transformer drill, we need to get a data disk. He didn't tell us why we need a data disk. He just said, you know, buddy, get that disk and I will tell you where the transformer drill is. But basically what these data disks do, you need these data disks in order to learn certain abilities on your skill tree. Certain abilities only require money and others require money and one of these data disks, as we'll be learning right about now. So we have this thing here where we can repair ourselves and learn new skills, and we need the rising punch. And in order to learn the rising punch we need one of these data disks that we just acquired. So that is very cool. So, and the rising upper punch thing is what you just saw. It's just a charged up like uppercut. I mean, what more do I need to say? It's gonna be very handy for the next few boss fights. Here's a little cutscene of a NPC that we technically saw in the intro cutscene, which I skipped. So we didn't see her, but we could have seen her. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's sort of a cat lady. She's pretty badass. We don't know who she is or what she does or what her deal is or anything. We just know she's kind of badass. And maybe we'll learn more about her or maybe not. I guess we'll have to find out. So yeah, anyway. Master Wu is now finally trusting in our abilities to wield a transformer drill. So he told us where we can find such a weapon of very powerful destruction. And we're now in this I don't know this what the name of this place is again. It's some kind of like underground engine like compound something. And yeah, here's a little mini boss. And he's dead. So turns out the uppercut power punch thing is also very strong against bosses, like I just mentioned a little bit ago. So you can very easily dispose of enemies by doing a mid-air strong attack into the rising uppercut. That deals a lot of damage, as you will be seeing in the next boss fight that is coming up in just a little bit. And yeah, we just activated the engine that allowed this turbine thing here to be active again. And now we have to climb it in good old fashion. Or maybe, sort of. It's like something like this. And like it, okay, good jump. Okay, yes, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional at this video game. I've played this game before, I swear. Okay, just like that. And hoppity hop. There we go. Alright. So coming up in a little bit is the first boss fight. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's another quick mini boss here. You get to see, again, the tactics. Mid-air, power punch. Mid-air, power punch. And again, and he's dead. Once you get a feeling for the rhythm, it's pretty easy to kill enemies in this game. I mean, especially on easy difficulty. Yeah, easy difficulty. Definitely not too hard. Unless you walk into these lightning traps. Kick. Alright. A little bit of parkouring right here. Like that and that. Alright. So a few enemies right here I need to dispose of, otherwise the door there won't open. Bonk. Alright, and coming up is the first quote-unquote real boss of the game. I don't remember the name of this thing, but it's like a... I mean, we'll get to see it in just a second right here.
Warning.
A mechanical core. Right, there we go. Right, it's this mechanical core thing. So the eye in the middle is its weak point, but it is protected by the 3 guns on the side. And generally what you need to do is destroy the 3 guns on the side. Then it opens his eye. When the eye is opened, you do a mid-air... you do the mid-air attack. And the uppercut, the rising power punch. Just like that. And when you do that 3 times, the boss should be dead. So dead in... now. Easy. Easy peasy. That was a really good fight. There's a lot that can go wrong in this fight sometimes. So that was a good representation of how this fight should go when it's done correctly. So now we're getting our next weapon. Instead of a fist, now we get a drill. The transformer drill, to be exact.
Got it.
This is where I would make a joke about my favorite anime, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, because, you know, there's a lot of drills in that show. But, it's too late. So now we got this drill. And now we get a few new abilities we can unlock. For example, the wing slice, that is good DPS, and the screwdriver. And we're gonna use this screwdriver for a little skip in this room here. Not like this. Not like this. There. Okay, not like that. So you see that blue electric the thing up there? That was the wrong button. The blue electric wire, I guess, up there. You're technically not supposed to go up there. But with a little precise damage boost with the screwdriver. Just like that. You can go past that electric laser thing. And now we're back here. And obviously the game doesn't quite follow because it, as you just saw, it told you for the longest time how you, like what you need to do to progress. Because technically now it introduces these new doors to you where you need your transformer drill to open the doors. And yeah, so now that we have the transformer drill unlocked, we go back to Master Wu and find out what's happening. So there's a little bit of walking back and backtracking. So I guess this would be a good moment for my good friend Killer Chair here to talk about a few things, if he wants to.
I mean, of course I want to. Why wouldn't I want to? We got a lot of things to talk about, of course, and one of which would be that we indeed are raising money for a charity by the name of Mind. It's a mental health-based charity, and I think a lot of us support this very heavily ourselves. I would just say, like, hey, we're 75 euros away from 1,000 for Mind, and I think we could be able to do that before the end of this run. I think that would be fun. So if anybody has a few euros lying around the couch, drop a dono, put it towards a nice incentive on the list of stuff we have, and let's get it going. Let's get that 4-digit.
Indeed, that would be very amazing. What is our current thing? Our current total?
We're currently at 925.
Right. Can we make 1,000 during this round, guys? That'd be sick. That'd be amazing. I believe.
Sounds doable to me.
So, yeah, now since we got the transformer drill, we can now go back to the torch tower where, if you guys remember, our good friend Urso the bear was kidnapped. And now, since we have the transformer drill, we have the means to traverse this area right here. By the way, backdrop, the 3D backdrop here looks fucking gorgeous.
Torch tower is the
and there we go. So, here's a little bit of how we're gonna deal with stronger enemies for the rest of the game. You do one screwdriver. Enemy gets flung into the air. As they come down, you use your normal drill attack. And they land exactly in your drill attack and easy peasy. You'll see this in, again in just a moment. There's a quote-unquote mandatory fight coming up here. Yeah. Okay, that was close. Ugh. Don't get hit by a fire. Don't get hit by the fire. That was so close. Alright, yeah, coming up is a mandatory fight that you unfortunately can't skip. So here are some of the smaller enemies. They're not too big of a deal. And we'll wait here real quick for this flying robot thing. We kill this guy on top, and now there we go, screwdriver. And as he falls down, there we go. And here's another mini boss. Now you can see again what I'm talking about. Screwdriver, he falls down right into my drill attack. And again, and ka-ching, kaboom, he's dead. Easy peasy. Ow, that was close. Almost made it. And yeah. Like I mentioned, we're in this torch tower trying to rescue our bear friend. Because it's so unbearable without him. Ha ha ha. Funny joke. And yeah, here we meet the big bad of the game, Cicero. He's basically the main villain of the game. He's also a rabbit. And this probably here is the most difficult fight in the game. So let's see if I can do this. Not like this. Come on. Ow. Oh no, I died. That's bad. I'm just kidding. You're supposed to lose this fight. So yeah, you meet Cicero, who you think is dead since a long time ago, but he isn't. And yeah, more about that later. So here's Lady Q, the badass cat lady. After we lost our fight with Cicero, we got imprisoned as well, together with our bear friend Urso. Ow. So, and yeah, now we're in the prison. And as you can see, we lost our fist. And also our drill. We are basically... We don't have any weapons right now. Because they took them, obviously. Because we're in prison. They take all of your belongings, right? Makes sense. And yeah, this is basically a stealth section of the game. You're just stealthing around. You can't actually fight anybody because you don't have any weapons. And this is where another small skip will be coming in. Ow. So you see this ventilation shaft behind me. And I will be baiting one of these laser bots here, exactly, to destroy this shaft for me, like that. And by, yeah, this laser guy, this robot destroying that thing, we just basically skipped half of this prison section. Because like I mentioned, you don't have any weapons yourself, so you can't destroy that thing by yourself. But you can bait one of these drones here into doing the work for you. So that is very cool. So here's sort of an auto-scroller section, sort of, kind of. You just have to wait for these, I mean, technically you're supposed to just hang onto these, like, floating blocks and stuff and don't get seen. There are a few parts you can speed up a little bit, but especially this part where it goes up, and on the other side when it goes down, there's not really much you can do. Because when you are in the red cone of the robots, you get attacked with a laser that is like super fast and basically undodgeable. So you have to hide behind these things here, these blocks. And here as well, you have to wait for this guy. Because you can't just... There's no room you can go. Here's a quick little damage boost. Boop. Falling all the way down here. And now these red lasers are slightly different. These are insta-kill dead, like, red lasers. So I need to wait for this block here to block the lasers. And here again, a little cool damage boost. Waiting for this guy to be next. Just like that. Now I fall all the way down. And there we go. That's a annoying little auto-scroller section. And now we get a weapon, sort of. So we get this gun that we're gonna use exactly once, and you just saw that once. So you can just shoot it, and you have 2 shots. Indicated by the lower left resource bar thing there. Also a little annoying thing, it shares resources with your healing flask, the carrot juice. And yeah, you will not be seeing the gun. Actually, I'm lying. You get to see the gun a little bit later in an escape sequence. So yeah, remember that. So yeah, we activated now the elevator here. And with the elevator, we go all the way to the top and retrieve our weapons. And obviously, once we have retrieved all of our weapons, there's another boss fight coming up. And at this point, you should kind of know how boss fights should go, sort of. So you do this attack into hopefully infinitely stun locking them. Like this, sort of. Well, unless you... Wow, there we go. That was fast. That was one of the fastest boss fights I ever had for this guy. That was fast. And yeah, now we get the prison key chain. And in this prison are obviously some other NPCs you could free. Or you could help free. But we will be not doing that. There are, I think, 2 NPCs in this prison you could free. I think one is needed to progress the story, and the other is just for optional content of the game. But like I mentioned, we're not gonna save any of those, so feels bad, man, for these 2 guys that just get left behind of our prison break here. And yeah, prison break is after we open this gate right here. And after we go down here, we escape the prison through the sewers.
I hear water.
Obviously, what else will you be doing? And coming up is a little bit of a lore section. First, we got a little call from Urso. Yeah, you know, Lady Q, the cat lady, saved me and Urso, by the way. And she and Urso, they just left, and I went to retrieve my weapons and all that stuff. And yeah, just a quick little chat phone call with our buddy Urso. And he basically told us to come to Jeffrey Street, which is sort of the main hub area of the game. And that is the plan, but we run into the Rat Gang and their leader Duke, which is this lovely fellow in the wheelchair. And if you think he looks like a traitor, you're right. But we don't get to see this in the speedrun. But there's some history between Rayton, the protagonist, and Duke. Not all too important for the speedrun. But he also just basically told us to go visit him in Joffrey Street. And yeah, in Joffrey Street, yeah, here fast travel system, by the way. And yeah, now we're in Joffrey Street, and our main goal is to go to Duke, because he apparently knows more about Cicero. You know, Cicero, the guy who supposedly should be dead, but he's not dead. He is alive, and he's suddenly working for the bad guys and all of that. So we go to him for some answers. Before we do that, we quickly go and talk with Jingles. Jingles is a shopkeeper, and we buy a data disk. If you remember, data disks are needed to buy certain upgrades. And yeah, we'll be needing that in just a bit. So from this point, we're just talking to Duke. So this is another good moment for Killer Chair to talk about a few things, if you're so inclined, friend.
Well, right on time, because we did indeed have a donation coming on in. It is a €5 by Senidro. I hope I got that name right.
Yes,
saying,
you did.
Hey, Xone, good luck on your run. Love donating for such a great cause. Let's start a €5 donation train to reach that 1K. Love you and good luck to everyone.
Awesome.
And I agree. Let's get that €5 donation train. Only 70 to go.
Do it, guys, I believe. And thanks, Sunidro. Love you too, buddy. I will answer your DM later. So, yeah, we talked with the guy, Duke. And obviously he's not quite as helpful as he could be, because if he just told us everything we need to know, then there would be no game. And yeah, so he's a little bit shady and secretive about the things he knows. And in order for him to tell us, we need to do him a favor. And that leads us to the subway, which is controlled by the Rat Gang as well. Which is like a secondary fast travel system in this game. Because, you know, why should you only have one fast travel system when you can have 2 different ones, you know? So we arrive at the second station here, and we find out that the train tracks are flooded with water. And obviously now the subway can't progress, which personally leads me to the question how we got here then in the first place, but semantics. And here we meet Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. And so he's the guy who's in charge of the water, kind of. But he lost his valve. And without the valve, he can't stop the water from rising. So we have to get our man's Mark a valve. Because he lost his. Don't ask me how you lose a valve, but... You know, sometimes you just gotta accept how things are. So here's another little skip. You see this water current is technically pushing us out of this hole here. But if you just constantly attack underwater, you just ever so slightly faster than the current is trying to push you away. And you get to go in here. And by just going into this current, you basically skip most of this entire section here. Because we're, after just a small little fight coming up, we're right at the end of this level. So yeah, that little skip there just basically saved a lot of time. Looked a little bit inconspicuous, but yeah, basically skipped all of this level. So quickly dispatching of these three guys, and now we are meeting Luke, which is the brother of Mark. And Luke obviously has one of these reserve valves, and which he graciously given to us. And now we can go back to Mark and give him the reserve valve, and then he can hopefully, maybe, possibly fix our water problem. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. That'd be very appreciated. So we're almost there at Mark. Oh, hi, Mark again. Here's your valve, buddy. Little acrobatic stunt. Because why not? And there we go. Water is gone. Very fast, I might add. Now that the water is gone, we can progress with the subway. Very cool. Very, very cool. So, we are going to the next place. And this is where we are getting... we'll be getting our next upgrade. I'm not gonna spoil what the upgrade is, but it's very cool. It's probably my favorite upgrade in the entire game. It's also a upgrade that allows us to do the biggest skip of this game, which essentially skips like 1/3 of the game. But we first have to get that upgrade, obviously. First we get to introduce a new enemy type. We get to introduce these ninja frogs, who definitely watched too much Naruto in their spare time. There's especially a guy later on, I will mention him again, who binge-watched all of Naruto. You'll see what I mean when we get to him. And yeah. Quickly having to wait for these buzzsaws here. Now we're gonna unlock our final skill in the skill tree of this game. We're gonna buy the double wing slice. This upgrade is just purely for DPS and for combat. It's just like it's a kind of a combo move. You will get to see the attack in just a moment. Because coming up is another mandatory fight that you cannot skip. In just a momento. And some climbing, jumping. And here we are. So the double wing slice is just the third attack in this combo right here. First attack, second attack, and this here's the third attack. This is especially good against the ninja frogs, because these ninja frogs have the ability to teleport, and they teleport right above you. And if you have your third attack, or if you have your double wing slice up, they basically teleport right into your attack. And yeah, then they die. So this is the upgrade I mentioned. This is the, in my opinion, the coolest upgrade in the game. Because now we get the Omni Dash. Sounds very epic. And this allows us to dash omnidirectional, as the name might suggest. So we can now use our dash that we had since the beginning of the game to not just only dash left and right, but we can also dash up and down and diagonals, which is very cool. Practically, it's a little bit hard because on the analog stick, I tend to always dash into into the opposite direction I actually want to go sometimes. Especially, yeah, there was a prime example. I wanted to dash diagonal, but I dashed just right. That is one little gripe I have with this game, that dashing with analog stick is no bueno. But what you gonna do? Sometimes you just gotta work with what you get. So, now that we have the Omni Dash, we can perform the biggest skip of the game, which, like I mentioned, skips essentially a third of the game. And we're gonna do it in this area right here. And basically what we're gonna do, it's not gonna look like a huge skip. Because it technically is not that big of a skip, but it just allows us to get an item that we are not supposed to have yet. Or this early on. So, just taking care of the enemies here real quick so they don't interrupt the skip right here. So we're trying to navigate this up here. And there's just two very, very narrow spots you can just barely stand on. And this might take a few tries. This is a little bit finicky. There we go. Okay. Now we do a sequence. There we go. Easy peasy. What was that, second try? Okay, more like third or fourth try. But anyway. So yeah, and with this right here was the skip, basically. And this allows us to get to this item right here from technically the other side. Where I just came from is technically where you're supposed to leave the area. And we just kind of went the other way around. And we just got the obsidian key or something. Or the spark key or something, I believe it's called. And yeah, with this key we can now unlock a door. And yeah, normally in order to get to this key, you need to go to a completely different area of the game, to the westernmost part of this game. There's a long drawn out story section, and there's like a war going on, and you also get your third and final weapon, which we'll not be seeing in this speedrun, sadly. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. But yeah, since we got the key right away, we skipped all of that. And now we are going to the area where this key is needed. It's a huge door, which, you know, makes sense. It's a key. It unlocks some kind of door. And this is another little bit of backtracking. So if my good friend here, Killer, has some more things to say, this be another good moment here.
Well, we do have another donation. We got 30 euros by Frostboot saying Kia. And that's it. So that's pretty good. Got ourselves up to that 960.
Pog?
So inching ever so close to that 1,000. Keep it up, everyone.
That's awesome. So just 40 away?
Oh yeah, just 40 away.
Come on, guys. I believe we can reach 40 during this run. Or like 40 more to reach the 1,000. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for that, Dono. And yeah, so I was speaking about a key and the door. And the key and the door will be coming up just right about in here. Sorta. There we go. So first we have these three clowns trying to open the door. But obviously it doesn't work because they don't have the key. Geniuses. See? It's very easy. If you have, you know, just use the key. Forehead. And the door opens. So this now, we're now in the section, my least favorite section of the speedrun. Casually, this section is actually pretty awesome. But in the speedrun, it's a little bit drawn out and sorta boring, kind of. Because we get introduced to these battery things right here. This is technically not the first time you get introduced to these batteries, but remember that part where I talked about skipping a third of the game? Yeah, this is where you normally get introduced to the battery mechanic. But basically you have these containers here, and with your fist you can grab them and transport them around to use them in certain puzzles. But here's a cool glitch called the battery glitch, where you can basically trick the game into believing that you are not holding a battery while actually holding a battery. And I just performed this glitch. It's pretty easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking out for. But as you can see, I'm holding this battery and I can also dash around. Normally, when you hold one of these batteries, your movement gets impeded by a lot. And by a lot mean if you hold one of these batteries, you cannot double jump anymore, you can't dash anymore, and your movement speed gets quite a lot slower. But with this battery glitch, like I mentioned, you can trick the game into believing that you're not holding a battery while actually holding one. And this gives you back some of your movement abilities. Unfortunately, not all of it, but a little bit. And to be more precise, you get your dash. You still can't double jump, and you're still walking way slower. And yeah, we'll be using this battery glitch a lot during this section here. These batteries here are used to like power certain elevators and open doors and all of that. And all of that is quite slow. And with the first battery we encountered, you saw we moved it a little bit and then just left it there behind, because we'll be using it in just a little bit. So one little problem is that all of these battery things look exactly the same, but they work differently. Like some of these batteries only work for specific like doors, even though they look exactly the same. And so we have to bring the correct battery to the correct spot where it's used and all of that. So that is a little bit annoying. If you could use like any of these batteries in all of the things, this would speed up the section by a lot. But obviously you cannot have nice things in a speedrun. You have to do it the complicated way. And yeah, so we're gonna do the battery glitch again. I actually never explained how you do it. But basically you align yourself with a wall, you throw the battery. Because you're at the wall, the battery lands inside of you. And after that, you are grabbing the battery and jumping sort of at the same time. And that's it. So here, I throw it, I grab it, and I jump at the same time. And now you can see, despite me holding the battery, I can still dash around, which is not normally possible. So, and this battery I'm holding is the battery right from the start of this area. And here we're gonna use this to perform a little skip. This is a quite nifty little skip here. So we have two of these batteries now. But like I mentioned, even though they look exactly the same... Oh, come on, are you serious? I hate this game. Okay, that just happened. That is very annoying. That can sometimes happen. And this run was going so well up until this point. Well, that sucks. That is very annoying. So yeah, this can sometimes happen with the battery glitch, that a battery lands at a place where where you cannot grab it anymore, because it gets pushed to the left or the right side of you slightly. And because this is a 2D game, you cannot really interact with objects that lay behind or in front of you. But the game is still made in a 3D engine, so these batteries can sometimes slip slightly sideways when you do battery glitch shenanigans. And that just happened, which is very annoying. Damn. I think I was on a very good pace, but... well, unlucky. Should still be fine. Well, yeah. Now you get to see the entire way that this battery travels, right from the start of this section to where I need it. So here again, battery glitch. Not like that. I messed it up. Throw, grab and jump, and there we go. We can dash. So let's try this again. We're trying to bring this... Ow, stop it. We're trying to bring this battery all the way over here through this door and all the way down these stairs and to its battery companion down here. So we have 2 of these batteries now, and yeah, this is where I stopped. So we have... Oops, that might be a little bit too far. So we have 2 of these batteries now, and one of them, even though they look the same, as I mentioned, they don't function the same. And yeah, what I'm trying to do now is get the one that I need out of this place in a non-conventional way. And we're using the battery that I picked up from the start of this area. And now we're trying to stack these batteries on top of each other, just like that. And if you do that correctly, gravity stops to work. And we just need 1 more. This guy needs to go on top of this one. Sort of like that. And the one that I'm holding is the one that I need. And with this one, I'm gonna perform the battery glitch now. And now we're trying to escape here. Just like this. There we go. This looks normal. There we go. Easy peasy. And now we got the battery that we need without doing the annoying section that you normally need to do in order to get it. Unfortunately, this doesn't quite work with the second one. Because as you just saw, there was a hole in the ground that was sort of sealed. And you need 2 batteries in order to open it up. And now we just gotten the first one. But now we obviously also need to get the second one. And unfortunately for the second one, there is not much in terms of big skips going on. So we have to get the second one more or less the normal way. There is going to be a little bit of battery glitching. But that is more just to speed up some sections and not really to skip entire sections. Just to... yeah, make them slightly faster. And but before we do that, we actually need to get to it. There will be a small little mini boss right in this room that is sort of protecting the battery, which we quickly need to dispatch. Now this is technically a mini boss that we already fought, but you guys remember the part about the 30k skip? The part where we skip a third of the game? Yeah, this is where we see the boss for the first time, technically. And yeah, so there's just a little bit more of battery platforming and such. And apparently we reached the 1k, is that correct?
We absolutely did. We just got a €40 donation sealing the deal by Pikaflu, saying, did we make it? Well, we absolutely did, so thanks everybody for all of the donations that came on in. €1,000. This is by no means a moment to stop donating. Keep it coming, of course. It's all going to a fantastic charity. But thank you so much.
Awesome! That is so cool, guys. Let's keep it up, guys. That's very poggers, as I would say. What is not so poggers is this elevator section, unfortunately, where you place the battery and you have to sort of protect it to not for it to not get destroyed by punching these leathers here. So the fire spewing rock monsters get blocked, and so your battery doesn't blow up like that. Like I said, this is the section of the speedrun that I enjoy the least. Because it's just a lot of watching batteries move around. But yeah, we're almost done, sort of, kind of. We just have to bring this second battery to the trap door, the door in the ground, you know, that thing. And we should be there momentarily. Here's another quick battery glitch to just speed up a section right here. Not a big skip, but just being able to dash makes this a lot faster. Also, while on this thing, you can do some funny shit. Oops. No, don't go down. Well, sometimes you do funny stuff and you lose time by doing it. Because the elevator goes up and down. There we go. So, as I mentioned earlier, when you do this battery glitch, you lose your ability to double jump. But with some very clever thinking, you still get to double jump by using your power punch, which is basically a extension of your double jump. So let's see if I can do this. Just like that. We're trying to get over here with the dash and the power punch. Not like that. Great. Well, maybe I can still do it somehow. Oh god. Shit. Yep, I did not mean to fall down and die there. That is very bad. That is very bad. Well, actually, it's sort of fine. But yeah, you saw the concept. By using our power punch, we can sorta get a second jump, or at least some more vertical momentum. So, no, there is another case of dashing in the not where you want to go. God, I sometimes hate the controls of this game. There we go, that's a lot better. There we go. Now we did it. So, second battery, almost there. We put it right here, and now this ground door thing finally opens up, and we get the technically the last upgrade of the game, but for us it's like the third one or the fourth one, because we skipped like 3 or 2. And unfortunately, the entire reason why we do this entire section is because we need this right here. We need the Omni Dash Plus. And what the Omni Dash Plus basically allows us to do is to dash through things. Because up until this point, you were not able to dash through enemies. And, yeah. Now we can dash through enemies and also through, like, lasers and, like, lightning barricades and all that sort of things. And, yeah, that allows us to basically go to the end of the game. Because there's some laser barricades that you can't really go through without this Omni Dash Plus. So, here's the escape sequence I mentioned. Just right now, we had a little bit of a lore dump with Lady Q, the badass cat lady, and this entire area right here, the Ancient Complex it's called, and what all this is actually about, and what her deal is, and what her clan is about, and why she's actually so badass and all that stuff. But you know, since we skipped like a third of the game already, at this point it's not really worth to talk about the lore of this game anymore. And yeah, but this is the section where we use the gun again. Because there are these... And I still didn't make it, unlucky. God damn it, this run went from going really good to not going so great anymore. So yeah, you saw these wooden barricades, and I just used the gun to shoot them open. Because if you're fast enough, you can make the cycle for this second magma worm not to eat you alive, which unfortunately happened right there. And yeah, this escape sequence slightly sucks, because if you die, you have to do it all again. You saw I just made one mistake by falling into this, like, spikes right there. See, this is how it's supposed to look. There we go. Here's a... Yep, almost coming up to the end of the escape sequence, which is this air current thing here, where you use use transformer drill as like a makeshift helicopter. You saw this already a little bit earlier. This section here is also very unforgiving. If you get hit once by anything, you're basically dead. So try not to get hit forehead. But we should be almost done right here. Just a little bit right here. And there we go. Now the gate, and kaboom, kablang, kaching. These magma worm things are now behind us, and we don't have to worry about them anymore. So, about the lore dump I mentioned. So things happened in the lore dump that are now triggering us to do our next actions. So maybe something happened to Lady Q, or maybe not. We'll never know, because you never saw the cutscene. So it's Schrodinger's Lady Q. And yeah, because of circumstances that might have happened or not happened in the cutscene that you never got to see, we now go to our next area, which is the coastal fortress. And yeah, this coastal fortress is another little bit of a walking back. So if Killer has some more things to talk about, this would be another good short moment, if he wants.
Yeah, of course. I could of course thank ESA for supporting the event and allowing us to stream on their channel for upcoming for information about their upcoming events and changes with the COVID stuff. You can check their website out at esamarathon.com. And of course, if you wish to support both ESA and BSG, then you can maybe drop your Prime Gaming sub here. That's pretty cool.
True. Oops. Alright, I mean... Yeah, Schrodinger's Lady Q kinda puts it very nicely. So yeah, this coastal fortress. So technically... Technically, we already would have visited the coastal fortress, sort of, if we didn't do that one thing that skips a third of the game, if you remember. So the area that I'm about to go to right here is technically a section that I should have already been in, but we kind of skipped that part. And this right here is the section where the battery mechanic gets introduced to us for the very first time. These ones work slightly different though, because these here are just to teach us about colors. Because the red batteries open red doors and the blue batteries open blue doors. And this is the entire gimmick of this area right here. Until we get to the actual coastal fortress. As you can see in here, there's another red battery. We put it here and it opens the red gate. How awesome is that? Colors. Am I right? So here is an elevator, and here we're gonna need a blue one and a red one, because we have to open a red door and a blue door at the same time. But how do we get the red one? We just used it to open the red door. Oh, how about we use this blue one to keep this door open so we can get the red one from the other side? Awesome. And now we put both of these batteries on the elevator. Preferably, as I learned, not on top of each other, because if they're on top of each other, they will not move up with the elevator. I had to learn this in a bad way. And yeah. Now we have both of these batteries, and we're gonna use the blue battery to open this blue door. Awesome! And we're gonna use this red battery to open this red door. Yay! Colors. So here's another small mini boss. Ouch. So we technically fought one of these guys already, but you know, whatever. Just one more time, because why not? So we're almost at the coastal fortress. We have to do another mandatory fight before we can actually enter the coastal fortress, which is coming up momentarily. And that fight in particular is really annoying because you have one of these samurai guys, and I really hate these samurai guys. They're really annoying. Yes, this guy exactly right here. So let's see if we can dispose of him as quickly as we possibly can, while also taking care of the other guys here. Okay, this is already looking very nice. So just one more guy right here, and that should be it. There we go. This, by the way, is my favorite backdrop of the entire game. Look at this. Looks very awesome. The background. So, this is the coastal fortress. Now we get a little call from Urso, whose initial plan it was to go here in the first place. So he wants us to go to the very top of this coastal fortress. He doesn't tell us why. He just tells us to do so. Because he has a great plan. And we just need to obviously listen to our great buddy, pal, and friend. In the meantime, we have to take down some more guys. This fight is going very poorly. Maybe some carrot juice real quick. So, there we go. The door is now open. And do you guys remember the ninja frogs? And where I said there is one ninja frog in particular who definitely watched too much Naruto. Yeah, so that ninja frog is coming up in just a second right here. Just momentarily. Right about now. This guy. Yep, this guy. This guy definitely watched too much Naruto. I think he even has a line where he says something jutsu or something. Yeah, ninjutsu flash! So yeah, this is also sort of a mini boss kinda sorta type of deal. Nice, if I could hit with my attacks, that'd be very cool. Let's see if I... There we go. Jesus. Guy almost killed me. Alright, so we took care of this guy. And we opened this trapdoor, and now we can progress. So, one very neat thing about this game is that I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but technically there's a third weapon in this game, the whip. And the whip also, as in a good old Metroidvania fashion, allows you to progress, or is actually useful to progress in certain areas. And the whip allows you to hang on to these floating things in the middle. I mean, you'll see them in just a second. They're just hanging there in the middle of the room. And with the whip, you can grapple towards them. Oh yeah, that is coming up after this boss fight. I spoke a little bit too soon. Before we get to that part, there's another mandatory little fight sequence where we have to dispatch of some guys. By the way, the machines in the background, these tremor things, whenever they release a shockwave, that actually damages you, so be very careful to not get hit by these things. Very conveniently enough, they also hit enemies, by the way. So you can abuse that for certain enemies as well, which is kind of cool. So, this should be... There we go. Alright, now, let's try again. So, yeah. You see this thing here in the middle that is just floating there? These are technically the things that you can grapple onto if you have the whip. But, we never got the whip, because that is part of the part where we skip a third of the game. But the game still very... this is not gonna make it. But the game still very graciously allows us to get to that point, or to traverse this area, by just some clever usage of the drill. God damn it. Of the drill and the double jump. If I could make it. Normally this is not as hard as I'm making it right now. There we go. See? Just like that. And you got through this entire section without using the whip. So that is also one reason why the 1/3 of the game skip is even possible, because you can do the final bit of the game without the whip, which is very nice. If you needed the whip at any point, you could not do the big skip. So that's very cool. And yeah, this here is the last boss fight before the final boss fight. This sumo wrestling pig guy, machine pig guy. So you see this guy has 3 health bars indicated by the yellow, orange and the red things on the bottom. So if he loses his first health bar, he goes in Super Zen mode, where he spawns 2 more arms. And then he grabs onto the ceiling, or to the thing up there. And with your fist, you can do some very decent damage mid-air. Just like that. And there we go. Second health bar is already gone. And he's almost dead. If I could attack into the correct direction, that would also be very sick. And there we go. It turns out, if you play this game on easy difficulty, it is actually really easy. Thank God for that. Because fighting the bosses on normal difficulty is actually kind of difficult. So, yeah, the entire plan of Urso was to get to the coastal fortress, so we can he can shoot us with a cannon to the top of the torch tower, which is like the bad guy's main hub area. If you remember, when the game started, we wanted to save Urso from the torch tower, but we barely got there. And now, with the help of this coastal fortress, Urso just shot us with a cannon and like one of these pods directly to the top of the tower. And this right here at the top of the tower is now where we're gonna fight the final boss of the game. The Cicero, as I mentioned earlier, this guy. The other bunny guy. The full mech bunny guy. So, yeah, his boss fight is basically the same as everything else. You just try to air juggle him for as long as possible, but every now and then he will break out of it, unfortunately. And then you just have to do your best efforts to not get hit. Oops! Especially not by his counterattack, because that actually deals a lot of damage. There we go, just like that. Very cool. Oh, this fight is going pretty swell. I can't believe I just used the word swell. So he's gonna do another second laser thing. Now he does his super combo attack. You just gotta quickly wait this one out. Nope. No counter attack, please. Sir, can you die? You're almost dead, please. And there we go. That's the final boss of the game. Or is it? Well, he is, but that was only the first phase of the final boss. So we defeated him, and he just peaced out. He was like, nope, I'm out, see you later. If you want to fight me again, reach the top of the torch tower, and we'll fight again. Like real bunnies. I was about to say like real men, but they're bunnies, not men, so yeah. Yeah, if you want to fight me again, reach the top of the tower, and we'll try again. And yeah, this is exactly what we're trying to do now. So in order to get to the top, you have to do the elevator is blocked by like 2 of these stopper things, and you have to unstop the elevator first before you can continue with the hold on, that was not correct. This way first. There we go. Yeah, you have to remove the 2 stoppers of the elevator first. And for that, we have to go through these tube sections, which for some reason reminds me of Sonic games, when he's like spinning in these things, and the sound effect kind of reminds me of Sonic somehow. Especially the sound effect. The swirling sound. This one. Huh? Hello? What is happening? Hello? Okay, no joke. Hello, controller? What is happening? Did I somehow just soft locked my character? What is this? I can't move, but I can still control like. What is this? I've never seen this before. Okay. That is very interesting. He's facing like the background, and I can attack the background. Oh wait, did I fix it? Oh, I fixed. What just happened? That was weird. No joke, I never seen that before. That was very interesting. He's okay. Yeah. What? He just kind of got stuck on the wrong axis of moving and attacking. That okay, that was weird. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, wow, that just completely threw me off for a second. But yeah, so we just unlocked the first of these elevator stoppers here, and now we got to do the second one. Wow, that was fascinating. And yeah, some more tube sections with the swirly sounds, which I so like. So, yeah, this one is a little bit different, because you have this huge thing in the middle that like rotates, and you basically need to rotate it 4 times in order to get to the device that unlocks the second stopper of the thing. So this right here is the first rotation of this device. And we have to do this like 3 more times. And then we get to unlock the second stopper. I'm not sure if stopper is the right word for it, but I think you guys and gals know what I mean. Hopefully. And obviously every time this thing turns around, I get to go into a new area. Yep, with some more electric laser shenanigans. Okay, dude, how did that hit me? Very cool. I guess we're taking the long way then and not the shortcut. This is probably my most hated room because I can never do the fast strat. So we rotated it another time and now comes another one. This looks very difficult, but this is probably the easiest of all of them. If you could activate this device, sir, that'd be great. Awesome. There we go. Thank you. So this was the last rotation, I believe. Yep. Great. Thanks. That is exactly what I wanted. There we go. So this here is the second stopper. The blocker stopper thing. And now the elevator is unlocked and we can go to the final boss. Or rather I should say we can go to the final boss again. Or can we? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. By going back to the elevator and actually riding it upwards and see if it takes us to the final boss again or not. Quickly, let's do just a safety repair or a shower, I guess. And let's see what happens. Elevator up, yes. Is it finally final boss time or not? Obviously, it is not. We get an elevator auto-scroller first, where Cicero sends all of his best man and soldier dog things into this elevator in order to stop us. He sends his ninja frogs and his samurai guys and the shield guys and all of his flying robots and pretty much every single annoying enemy in this game. All of them. Yes, the flamethrower robot flying guys as well. They're super annoying. These guys who throw axes and these guys who throw like the electric trappy thing. Also very annoying. The big hammer guys, yes. They're not annoying, but they're just very tanky. So yeah, he's literally sending everything he has. He's sending his entire B squad that is here to protect his place, I guess. And I'm getting hit left and right very unnecessarily by the dumbest things. Because this is what happens in this sequence. Especially the flying robots. If you're too fast for the game. These guys will be very high up in the sky. Nice. Okay, some more. And plonk. Alright, almost done here. A last final wave of enemies. He sends one of his big fellas with the gun. And some more flying robots, because why not? Ow. Please don't hit me, sir. And kablooey. That should do the trick. Or not. I lied. I don't know this game. There we go. Healing? I don't need. There we go. And that's the elevator. And, I mean, that was this section. And are you ready to face Cicero again? Yes. So does this mean we can finally fight the final boss? Yes, we can, finally. So this right here is for real the final boss of the game. Once we defeated this guy, it is time. But if this goes the same as my ESA run, this guy will kill me when he has literally 1 HP. So we'll see. The way how you fight this guy is pretty much the same as all boss fights so far. Just a combination of your drill attacks and the the other attack. You try to avoid his attacks as best as possible. Especially the counter attack, because that does a lot of damage. Okay, so far it's looking pretty promising. Now he does his big laser phase. You just have to dodge the brightest laser. Okay, I'm not sure what just hit me, but good. Ow. Okay, good sir. Almost done. Sir, please don't attack. No bueno. No. Ow. Okay, that kind of hurt. Good thing I have some carrot juice to heal me. Okay, what just happened? More carrot juice? Okay, this should be it in just a second. And time is it now. So, yep, this is the ending cutscene, which I'm gonna skip of spoiler reasons, because we skipped most of the story in this game. And yeah, here are the credits. So yeah, this was F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch. It's a very cool Metroidvania, like I said. Big shout out to all the other runners of this game who helped me learn this game. If you want to check this game out, please do so. It's a very fun, casual Metroidvania game. Very fun, very fun. Good game. And yeah, I don't think I have any more shoutouts. The only other thing I'd like to mention real quick, for some reason, I have not figured out why, but after these credits are done, the game just randomly crashes for me after the post-credit scene. I don't know why, it just happens. It's kind of hilarious. We don't get to see it because these credits are kind of long and we don't get to skip them. But yeah, I think that's it from me. Yeah, please keep watching and donating, and maybe you'll hear from me a little bit later when I'm hosting. Talking about hosting, yeah, thanks for having me, Killer. I give you over the metaphysical microphone.
Yeah, thank you. I love my metaphysical microphones.
Metaphorical.
Well on the run. GG, love to see this game, and I will definitely be playing it at some point as well. Anyway, next up we will be having Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 2 any percent NLS, whatever that stands for, you'll find out when Ben does Variety takes the mic in a little bit. And that will also be it for me on hosting, so thanks for having me as the host, everyone, and I will be back at some point. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the event. Bye-bye.